Sydney.
Hey Dylan,
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing great. It's been a day, so
It's
it's been a
been a day.
week. It's been a
It's been a
week,
week. Yeah,
but
that's the way to put it.
all the stress in the world, and we're still doing a pod because that's how we get less stressed. So great.
Woo-hoo.
I get
I
to mess around, talk some F1. It's great. So
can't complain. No complaints.
no complaints at all. It's not like we have that much to talk about,
All
but we
right.
do have a couple topics that we need to bring up. Obviously, the Azerbaijan Grand Prix last weekend. Um, Not a ton of act. I mean, there was a good amount of action, but not a ton of it, Like if that makes
Yeah.
sense. Like it's big action, but it's
I
not a
don't
lot.
think it was as much as you and I were anticipating. Just put it
Not at
that way.
all, which is unfortunate because I love Baku. But
Yeah.
it's still a great race and it was still a great weekend. We have some stuff to discuss about it. In terms of news, I don't think there's really anything to talk about. However, I did see it today. Max is officially racing the GT or the GT3s in a
Really?
Ferrari. So that's happening. So,
Little bit interesting.
piggybacking off of last episode, Max seems like he's bored, but after this race, I don't know
I
if
don't
he can say
know.
that anymore
I was just
because
about to say, I don't know if you can even tell anymore. I
might be
don't know.
back.
We might have a powerhouse. He might be
As
back.
as you see in the title, I think let's just start with it right now. I think it's still a little too early to count Max out of this championship.
I think it is too.
And
I'm
I
not
think,
gonna lie.
as
And
we
if
will also talk about later, I think Oscar's finally starting to crumble under the
I
pressure.
know, and I don't know. We'll see. Because I mean, I'm gonna jump ahead real quick, but our point gap is
It
slowly
is
diminishing.
slowly coming down all
Slowly
across the board too,
diminishing.
because not only did Max make up time on Oscar, obviously, he also made up on Lando this weekend. So
Hmm.
by quite a bit. So we'll discuss it.
We'll see.
But as we start, we usually only brief the race. However, a majority of the action happened in qualifying this week. We're not going to go moment for moment because there were so many red flags in
That
Q3.
happened,
It's
yeah.
just like we can't go all through it. But the bad weekend kind of started from the beginning with from McLaren because they weren't great in practice, as we talked about last week because we filmed on a Friday. The Ferraris are actually
Yeah.
the faster cars. Um, both of the McLarens hit the wall in practice, um, which seems like it was kind of a theme all weekend, unfortunately,
For everybody, to be honest. If you
for
think
everybody.
really want to be honest about it.
Mostly McLaren though, because it happened, I think, three or four separate times.
I don't know. Yeah. I'm just gonna blame it on the fact that it's a street circuit. I don't know.
Which it's interesting too, because it was basically all Oscar. Like Lando made one small mistake, but
Yeah.
not maybe not a small mistake, but he made one mistake.
It
But
is what it is.
to start, qualifying obviously not great. Lando ended up starting P7 with Oscar in P9. However, it was an exciting qualifying for other reasons because of all the red flags, obviously we mentioned, and of all people out of nowhere, Carlos Sainz finally figuring it out, maybe with the help of some rain and some luck, but he
Uh,
balled.
I loved it though. I love seeing all the things online as well about how people were talking about how Ferrari just never appreciated him, and then that it's just to
Well,
come.
spoiler alert for later. Carlos Sainz has a podium in a Williams before Lewis Hamilton has a podium in a Ferrari, which
I
is
was just about to say it's just very
granted Lewis
exciting.
did win the sprint race, but we can't really count it.
It's just it's very exciting to see him be appreciated, if that makes sense. I don't know. I was just very excited to see William. I'm very excited for Carlos. I think
There's
he needed it.
also
I feel like Albon had some really good success earlier in the season, and I feel like he was struggling. So it's nice to see that, is all I'm gonna
it was
say.
also great to see, like, I think last week we were talking about how Sainz in the standings was like 16th or 17th, like because he was not putting in the performances. With after this weekend, he jumped from P17 or P16, whatever it was. He's now P12. He jumped like 4 or 5 spots because of how good of a weekend he had, which is
Crazy.
insane.
Crazy.
Is he? He's still obviously behind Albon, but he is now. jumped Alonso, jumped Lawson, jumped both Haas's. Both Haas's? No, yeah, both Haas's. He's only in the midfield. He's only behind Stroll, Hulkenberg, Hadjar, and Albon. He's actually still ahead of Yuki, and that's Red Bull.
Well,
So
I guess that is one other thing to note that I honestly kind of forgot about. Haas has definitely fallen back as the
they've
potential
been
powerhouse
quiet.
that could have
Yeah,
been.
they've quietly because they were always kind of the better ones of the
Yeah, they've slowly
field,
just
and they've
kind
kind
of.
of calming down. Like it's interesting. We've seen those cycles throughout the year. Like RB looked like they were going to dominate. Williams looked like they were going to dominate. Then Haas looked like they were going to be really good in the midfield. They all kind of backed off. Aston Martin then got better. They backed off. Shockingly, Sauber's been pretty consistent. They're like the only team that's really been consistent.
Weird, which is really weird, but I guess a good thing to be proud of and in
Great.
retrospect, I suppose.
And now we feel like Williams is starting to figure it out again. The only team that hasn't figured it out all year is Alpine.
Well, I think Alpine's a lost cause. I think we knew Alpine was a lost cause after
The
they
Doohan
got
situation.
rid of him. Yeah.
Franco Colapinto is still yet to score a point this year, so
Yeah.
it's interesting for sure. And Gasly is tied for 16th, so not great.
Crazy.
But sidetracked.
Fine. Fine.
Um, it was a chaotic Q3 specifically. This doesn't even account for the fact that Lewis didn't even make it into Q3. With all the red flags, he struggled, was out in Q2. But even more red flags come in Q3 as everyone starts going. Sainz ends up being the first to cross, then Lawson, then no one else gets a lap in before I think Hadjar did, but then Charles crashes. And as this crash is happening, the rain is starting, which is great news, as we've seen before. Obviously, Brazil with Kevin Magnussen on pole, if we recall, that was
I do remember that.
so
That was
fun.
amazing.
That was one of the
That was
most
great.
enjoyable.
Payback, that was
He then
fantastic.
didn't score a point in the race. I think it was a sprint race anyway, but
That
still,
was so awesome. That was so cool.
still very fun to see. We thought we were getting shades of that again, as at one point we had Sainz P1, Lawson P2, Hadjar P3, which would have been nuts. So the rain starts, is what it is. They come back out. Lando is absolutely flying on this lap. I don't know if you saw he set a purple first sector, and I think he was very close to a purple second sector. And what do you know? But his teammate puts it on the wall for the second time this weekend.
Yay.
Yay. Ends Lando's run and brings out another red flag. So nothing changes. Again, gamesmanship, probably not, but also shades of Monaco when Checo put it in the wall to get pulled at one time.
We don't talk about
Always some fun callbacks. So
we don't talk about it.
we don't need to talk about it.
The horrible calls.
So now, again, thank you to Average F1 Consumer for explaining this to me in this video, his video yesterday. Um, McLaren has a decision to make. They can either go out first, have Lando put in a lap, and hope for another red flag because there's been so many red flags, or you wait, let the track warm up a little bit, and try to go for pole. You don't really have a chance at pole if Lando does the first option. You're just kind of hoping that no one else puts a lap time in. But it was a decision they had to make. They went with the first choice of going out first. Red Bull did the exact opposite. And what do you know? There was no red flag. Lando had a abysmal lap on the restart of qualifying, and never got the red flag. Max waited to go out when the track was warm, passed everyone, goes on pole, takes it from Sainz. It really sucked. It was really close to. And there's your start. You have Lando in seventh, Oscar in ninth, Max in first, Sainz in second, and Lawson in third.
I just don't understand the thought process behind it.
I mean, I get it if you're banking on another red flag. And like
Yeah.
as they kind of explained it in the videos that I watched, is like you're hoping that he has like 20 seconds before the next person crosses the line to potentially get a red flag, right? He ended up having 5 seconds. So not he, but McLaren completely botched it. So
Which is fine. Yeah, it's like I get the theory, I get the understanding, but it's like I feel like if anything, you would have been better. I mean, based off of his previous almost the qualifying lap,
You have to
I
give
think
him a
he should have
chance.
waited, but whatever.
You have to look to give him a chance. Not like, granted, he did make a mistake on the lap, but he also made a mistake because the track was cold. So like,
But it's I don't know because it's also just like it just didn't make any sense to me. Like I think Red Bull executed that perfectly, and it's like if anything, you would have seen any other team kind of do that, which they
exactly.
didn't. So
And they did absolutely nail it because Yuki ended up going ahead of Lando too. So Red Bull kind of nailed that. So
fine,
unfortunate, but we take it. We move.
horrible, fine. We don't talk about
So
it.
now that brings up the fun part of the weekend. A great race. Very
Wonderful place.
chaotic race at the start, chaotic at the end a little bit, but we'll get
Teeny
to it.
tiny bit, teeny tiny bit.
So off the start, immediately have some drama, right? Oscar Piastri jumps the start
Yup.
and hits anti-stall, stalls the car, falls to the very back of the grid, dead last, so loses 11 places on the um first
Yeah,
turn.
20. I don't know what he was doing there. I heard some people kind of speculate that he was trying to jump ahead and try and get ahead of Lando and get off to a good start and just, I mean, just jumped it, obviously. But it's kind of like,
Well, he was lining up right behind Lando too, so
I know. I think that's what people were kind of speculating. I mean, obviously, we couldn't have seen that happen, but
not
um,
great on him. Falls
I
to dead last. He actually did a pretty good job of making a couple positions back. Um, he got 3 positions back,
oh,
and then he realized that, oh wait, I'm having such a bad weekend, and everything that I've done in every other section, I'm gonna do it again, and drives straight into the wall because he locks up,
literally straight
has
into
no
the
grip.
wall. Like
So
it literally looked like he was just nosediving for the wall. Like this, I don't know. I forget whose car it was, whose onboard camera it was. You can see, but you literally just
he
see
was,
Lando or not Lando, Oscar right into the wall. It was like, ugh.
and it was crazy too because you see the wheel turn, but you don't
Yeah, and it's
see
just
the
not
wheels
going
turn.
anywhere.
Like the
Just
steering wheels
not.
turn, the wheels are dead straight, or maybe a little bit, and not like the car's
Just
going that way. So
literally just beeline. It was like, oh my
it
God.
was
Okay.
like he was going pretty quick too, but
I wasn't expecting that. That was for sure.
which was also no one really noticed, but at the same exact time, Nico Hulkenberg clipped Ocon and almost spun Ocon. Ocon saved it, but had damage to his car.
Yeah.
Not great for SD testing.
But it was kind of expected. I mean, I think we both kind of expected there to be a little bit of a havoc at the
We said
beginning of
there
the
was going to be.
race.
We said there was going to be on a street circuit. I'm shocked that it took that long. It wasn't
True.
turn one. So
Well, I feel like I don't know because I feel like with Lando, maybe. I mean, obviously, I can't say anything, but I feel like maybe Lando jumping the start,
Oscar jumping the
I don't
start.
know, maybe it threw people off. Who knows? I mean, he was
Who
still up. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, what a start! And then we also saw Alonso with the time penalty for jumping the start as well.
we did. Alonso had the unfortunate experience of being right behind Oscar.
Yep.
So he saw Oscar move and then he moved. So not
Sorry,
great.
I forget where he even placed this time.
Let me tell you, 'cause I also forgot.
I don't think he did
He
too
ended
hot.
up finishing P15.
I was
So
gonna say I don't think he did too hot this weekend.
not like it would have changed anything. There was a 30-second gap from Bortoleto to Hajar in 11th and 10th. So not like it would have really
I was
mattered.
gonna say it was pretty. It got pretty spaced out. I mean, towards the end. Anyways,
Anyways, we move. So that happens. Then not a ton of other stuff happens after that. That was Oscar's first DNF of the year, which is pretty insane.
yeah,
Uh,
I believe
now
was
it's all about if Lando can take advantage of it.
yeah. I think it was his second. Yeah, well, they're pretty much even now if you really think about it, ish.
Ish. I mean,
Ish. I
Lando's
think
had
if
at
Lando
least
had,
two. So
yeah, if Lando had done better, it would have been more of an even whatever.
Lando's had two DNFs. Oscar's had one DNF, but Oscar also finished, I think, out of the points in Australia. So it kind
I
of
was gonna say it's pretty,
it's
yeah.
pretty even now. Which we're talking about like the all the memes of like Oscar Lando put it in the wall, please put it in the wall to make it even. It actually came to life.
Did.
Um,
Did.
exactly. Nothing happens after that, except for on the restart, Lando has an atrocious restart. I don't know if he just got caught off guard, but everyone else went. He did not go. Charles passes him immediately, and just not great. Not great at all for
That
McLaren all weekend.
started. It's fine.
Um, but looking at it, nothing else really happened for a while. Albon spun Colapinto at one point. Franco somehow didn't crash the car into the wall. He like
It like
kept it
perfectly, it bounced. You could see it bounce off, but it just like perfectly, it hit it just enough that it wasn't like
bad. Like it was.
bad, but it wasn't like,
I'm
I
shocked
don't
he
know.
had nothing wrong with it. So,
Yeah, yeah, I think Albon had a little bit, maybe a little bit more damage than Colapinto had, but
so nothing there. Nothing happened. Um, then the pit stops happened. McLaren yet another slow pit stop for Lando, 4.1 seconds. And it allows multiple overtakes because it has Lawson and Charles ahead of him, and Lando falls back to eighth. So that again, not great.
I was honestly kind of hoping that McLaren would just do a one stop.
They should have clearly.
Whether that was feasible or not, I was really just hoping that they were, I was just sitting
At
there
this point, you have to. Contract's
praying. I was like, just do it. Just try it, please. There's nothing, we can't do any worse at this point. They should have.
So during this, Lawson overtook Yuki, which is pretty crazy to see considering the history. Lando then finally passed Charles after a while. But because of the bad stop and how long it took to pass him, he didn't have a chance of passing Yuki. So Yuki stayed ahead of him, and that's how the race ends. We had an incident with Kimi Antonelli almost taking out his teammate, but nothing crazy happened
No, we
there.
don't talk about it. It's fine.
However, we did get another Max win, his second in a row, which is pretty crazy. George Russell, Mr. Consistent, as always, on the podium,
Back on the
despite all the
podium.
chaos. And Carlos Sainz, the first podium for Williams since 2021. Carlos Sainz now has a podium before Lewis Hamilton in a Ferrari, which is crazy.
Insane, might I say.
Crazy.
Considering how well Ferrari was looking at practice, but we don't talk about it.
Crazy. Really crazy. Lando ends up finishing P7. He doesn't maximize the points to Oscar. Could have had a 25-point swing, but didn't go that way. Instead, he gets six,
Mm,
um, which is essentially the same as getting first and second because you get 7 points for getting first over second. So
yeah, it's fine.
not great.
Fine. We
Lando
have
is now 25 back of Oscar,
we got Max trailing by 69 points.
69 points. Nice.
69 points.
Nice indeed. Um, and I think that begs the question. Is it too early to count Max out?
I don't think so. Depends. I think it depends because I know it's another big question of is Oscar finally crumbling, right?
Those are the two big conversations that we have to have because Oscar's last couple weekends has not
Have
been
been pretty
nearly as
rough.
consistent.
They've been pretty rough. And I forget how many races we have left in the season, but it's one of those things where if Max does start performing where he's getting one, two, three podiums for the
I
rest of
think
the
it's
season,
mathematically still possible. I think the,
I think it is. If he gets first, I think for the rest of
I
the
mean, he
season.
has to win out, obviously. Like he doesn't have a chance if he
Yeah.
doesn't win out. And I think there was something that I saw. He needed Oscar and Lando to both have DNFs at least once, and then they can come second and third in some order every single time, and Max would win.
That's
We
what I'm
now have
saying.
the Oscar DNF, and we have very close to a Lando DNF because he only got 6 points. So
I I don't think we're completely out of contention of having Max, but I don't think it's as realistic as we may be putting it, if that makes sense.
So if
Because
I'm
you
doing the
also
math
like
correctly,
you have to sit here and also think, okay, Max may be finishing first, but that's contingent on whether Lando and Oscar are not immediately right behind him in second and third.
yes. So doing the math, if Max were to win out every single race and get 25 points, and say Oscar got second every race, right? Which would mean he gets 18. So 7 points swing. If that happened every single time, Max would gain 49 points over that span. He would still lose to Oscar by 20 points.
Yeah.
But you throw Lando into that. because Oscar's not beating Lando every single race now. Lando gets a couple seconds in there and they go kind of split. So let's see, he gets
It could
7
go either
points over
way.
4 races, but then it goes what? 25? Is it 25? Hold up. Give me a moment. 25, 18, so 15, or then 10, right? And then 10 at the other three. You're looking at a 58-point swing. So there's still work to do, but it's not impossible.
It's not impossible. That's what I'm
Because you're
saying.
also assuming that the McLarens are getting 2-3 every race now. But you're
As
also
I
assuming
said,
Max wins everything. There's so
it's
much
not
to it.
impossible. I think there's just a lot that's gonna have to go into it, and that's just all contention on is it gonna rain the next in any of these next couple races? I know we got a couple iffy races coming up sometime here before too long.
Oh, two races from now, and you will be at the race. And I think
I
we need
know.
some vlog content if
Oh,
we
I'm total. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm so excited. I'm literally so
I'm
excited. I've
so
got a great week.
jealous. I cannot
Yeah,
believe
week.
I'm not going, and I'm really upset about
I know, I know. We'll have to play with, I was actually talking to a couple friends. Maybe Montreal next year.
it. I would love that. I would love that.
Um,
Or
maybe-
Vegas.
or Vegas would be fun. They
Vegas.
sold out of the cheaper tickets so quick though, is the problem. Whatever. It's
I don't even
fine.
want to consider I would so like go to like I want to go to Silverstone. Silverstone looks awesome.
Silverstone would be awesome.
Like I
I
saw a video a video today or yesterday last night. Uh
oh,
it was Tomo, his podcast. I don't know if you know, but he was interviewing Alex Albon and was doing ranking the tracks. And Alex Albon's top two tracks, Circuit of the Americas and Silverstone.
really?
I want to see both of them. Circuit of the Americas is obviously a little bit more doable for us. And
Well,
obviously
yeah.
for you, you're going. I really want to go to Silverstone. I think that'd be awesome.
I think Silverstone would be cool. I also very, very, very contrary to popular belief. I don't know if you've seen the protests going on in Madrid.
No.
I think Madrid would be a cool circuit to go to. I've always wanted to go to Spain.
Barcelona, Madrid, either one. Give me an idea.
Yeah, I think
We
I
we
think
should do
it
an episode where we rank tracks as well. We have to do some
that
research.
would be fun. That would be fun. But I think just any Europe race in general, I think would be very cool. Obviously, Monaco is up there once, I'm a millionaire. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. But that's
How
awesome. I love
expensive
that.
do we think it would be to go to Monaco on that weekend? Not even to go to the race, just to fly into like Nice and then travel down to
Probably pretty expensive because I mean, if you think about supply demand, your
basic economics of
prices,
business.
yeah, your flight prices are going to be billions of dollars if you don't buy them 8 months ahead of time.
Just gonna buy the
So,
yacht and we're gonna sail the seas and
see,
get
yeah, exactly. You
ourselves.
know what? Let's just go get a little dinghy and we can sail across yeah, it's
Hey, my
fine.
neighbors have a dinghy, so
Nobody said we had to show up in style. That's
no
all
one
I'm
said
gonna
that.
say.
No one said that at all. But
That's all
any
I'm gonna
brand
say.
deals that want to send us to Monaco next year? Maybe like
You
I don't
know,
know who wants it. Tag Heuer, Tag Horror, however you say
yeah,
it.
that would be
So
awesome.
help the little guys out. So
Support small creators.
support small creators. That would be pretty cool.
One day.
One day indeed. We didn't have anyone score points in our game, which is
I didn't even
not
check what the
entirely shocking. I wasn't even talking about the pick 'em. I didn't even look at that because I'm sure it was awful. But
I
I'm
haven't
talking
picked
our
mine.
game that was 44 to 40 you.
Yeah, we have nothing. We didn't get
We
anything.
had nothing because McLaren didn't win two. Max won the race. I said Lewis was going to get third, which was dumb. Um, Charles get fifth? He did not.
No. Charles got
Uh,
like ninth or something.
yeah, so nothing happened there. And of course, Kimmy didn't crash, but Lando or Oscar did. So I gotta stop getting P20, guessing P20. It's really
Yeah, that one was kind of brutal. I'm not gonna lie to
very,
you.
very annoying.
Yeah,
But
I did not do so hot on the predict. I'm looking now. None of my podium hit. My pole position didn't hit. My Franco Colapinto actually qualified higher than
really,
Pierre Gasly. He did.
I'm
Um,
gonna see what
I
mine.
did get this one right though. How many teams will get the car in a Q3? Six. I got that
I guess that's
correct.
7. Let's
I think
see.
you did too. I got the Alonso finishing ahead.
I just got an alert that some random person just reposted an Instagram post of mine. That's kind of strange. I don't like that at all.
Possibly.
Don't like it. Don't like it at all.
Like
Um,
your own personal one?
my own personal one.
Oh, that's
It's
weird.
because I'm public right now,
Oh,
but
oh, that's weird.
that'll change.
Anyways,
Uh,
yeah, I didn't
I
get
get.
any other ones other than
Oh, I killed it this week.
I
Actually,
did
no, I
not.
didn't.
I
But I
got
got
four.
my double down, I think it looks like. So let's see.
I did not.
Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. I got
You know
55.
what? You totally did because you put before the end of lap one.
Wow, what a call! What a call! I didn't get a single person right in my podium. Didn't get my pole position right. Obviously, Franco went higher. How many teams get into Q3? You said six. I said seven, so I didn't get that right. Who will finish ahead in the race? Alonso finished ahead of Hulkenberg. I guessed that wrong. I think you got that right though.
I
Uh,
think I did. I put Alonso.
who was at the fastest pit time of the race? It wasn't Ferrari. Who was it?
It was not McLaren either. That's for damn
That's what I'm
sure.
saying. Who was it? Who had
Probably Red Bull.
pit stop in Baku? Yuki. Wow. It was Red Bull. So interesting. Will the safety car VSC be deployed in the Grand Prix? I said yes before lap one. Correct. Um, who will set the fastest time in the race? I said Lando. That did not happen. It was Max. Who will score more points this weekend as a team? I said Racing Bulls, and I doubled down on it, and I got 30 points off it. So that's what it was. That's where it is.
I
Um,
also put Racing Bulls. I just didn't double down. Oh,
yeah. So, and then will we see a new winner of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix? I said no because I said
we
Oscar
did
was
not.
going to win the race, and then Max won the race, but he's also won it before. So
Yeah,
interesting.
we did not.
I'm not mad about it.
Brutal
Yeah.
week for us all.
Well,
Brutal week for us all is all I'm going to say.
let's see the total standings. I have now jumped my dad because he forgot to set his lineup last week. So I'll take it.
Really? I
Not
think
mad
I'm
about it.
sure your dad is supposed to be.
I'll tell him about it and he'll probably get mad about it, but we'll see.
It's fine.
So we will, but I think that's it. We actually made this episode a little bit longer than we needed to because there wasn't all that much to talk about again, but
It's all right. I think it was a
some
good
nice
conversation to have.
banter.
It's a good conversation to have, I think with
Good
lots of
conversation.
moving
Good banter.
pieces now, and I think this is kind of the first weekend we've actually seen McLaren not perform at all
Yeah. We got
in
to see if
anything.
that's a common. We have to see if that's a theme, and it'll be something we talk about next week with
Like,
the next race.
I
So,
feel like we would have witnessed maybe a poor qualifying or poor practice, but not all three.
I don't three at all. So
Here we are.
here we are. We will see you next week for Singapore. It's gonna
Whoop.
be a fun one
No,
because it's always
it's not
such
next.
a.
Is it next week? It's not
It's
this
not this
weekend.
weekend, but is it? Do we have 2 weeks before it?
Next weekend. Not this weekend, but next
Oh
weekend.
yes, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. So, we will start discussing Singapore next week for next weekend's race. But in the meantime, please like, follow, subscribe, tell your friends,
Tell
like
your
the video,
friends,
comment, let us
repost,
know what you
follow,
want us to do
anything.
exactly, and then see what happens.
Let's do it. I love it.
Let's do it. We'll see you guys later. Thank you guys for watching.